Yes, y'all. What is going on? Super great and important episode tonight. We'll cover what's going on with Hurricane Ida down in South Louisiana, hitting and hammering Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas very hard. A lot of people joining already. Absolutely incredible. So please stay tuned. We've got a lot to cover tonight in regards to how we can help those people that are suffering very badly right now in that storm. How we can help them out, how we can get relief and funds and the things that are just absolutely needed to help carry folks through the storm and afterwards. This is a very bad storm, and I want to get into every opportunity that we have as a collective body of people that embraces volunteerism and help the people out, because we all know that volunteerism is better than government. So tonight on this emergency special, we'll talk with a spokesperson from the United Cajun Navy, the president of the Cajun Navy Relief Fund, along with a couple of news segments and a crazy, really ridiculous NatGeo segment. And then we'll announce the winner of the raffle for my hat very soon on the Cajun Libertarian Live. Very special tonight. Thank you. Yes. Let's get right into it. I have Brian from United Cajun Navy waiting right down below. Let me go through a couple of the sponsors. I have so many sponsors. I'm just going to knock out one or two real quick, and then we'll get right into Brian. We only have about 10 minutes with him. He's right in the thick of the storm, and he's the service might not be great, and that's probably going to be the same for anybody that's going through this right now. And so first up real quick, Tom for 52.com. That's TOMFOR52.com. So donate to Tom for 52.com. Go to his website, click the donate button, smash the donate button. There's no quit in Queter. Thomas Daniel Queter for Senate. Please go check out his website. Vid Debate is an amazing new app that y'all have heard me talk a lot about, because it is absolutely gaining traction and doing very well. So please go check that out. Vid Debate app is designed to give users the ability to give their God-given right of free speech to post up to 3-minute videos on the topic of the day. Every day, Vid Debate will post a question in the hopes to draw strong opinions from all sides of a range of topics from pop culture to politics. Please go check out Vid Debate. That being said, I have a lot more than that, but we're going to go ahead and bring Brian with United Cajun Navy. Go check out their Facebook page immediately. It has over 100,000 followers. This is a huge organization. So let's do it. Brian, what's up, my man? I got no sound from you. Hold on.
How about now?
There we are. What's going on? How are you?
Oh man, look, it's we're having a lot of technical difficulties, but I'm having less problems than a lot of people in my area tonight, so I got to be thankful.
Absolutely. What are things looking like down there on your end right now?
Well, so I'm in the New Orleans area, just downriver from the city, and we just went through about 2 hours or so of the heaviest of the bands that we're probably going to get in this area from Hurricane Ida, and I'm estimating completely. I didn't have a wind speed monitor, but we probably had sustained winds of 80, 90 miles an hour and gusts of well over 100. We lost power, but fortunately we're able to connect with a generator and have power, and our Wi-Fi stayed active, so that was good. But I tell you what, we've been getting messages from all over, especially people near the eye wall, Houma, Louisiana, Galliano, all those areas down down the bayou that got. I mean, they were right on the the eastern side of the eye wall, the strongest part of the storm, where I'm told that the winds were sustained at 140, 150 miles an hour and gusts up to 170. And I mean, we were getting calls from people who were in buildings and apartment complexes where the roof was torn off and they were completely exposed to the elements. And of course, 911 can't dispatch. And I mean, I've got the unenviable task of having to tell these people that we just can't send teams in those kind of conditions. We have to wait until it calms down, and we're probably looking at daybreak before that'll be possible.
Yes. So that'll be about when the storm clears the South Louisiana area, because at about daybreak, it's going to be hitting me or us rather up here in the Jackson, Mississippi area. So a little bit of backstory real quick for you. And again, we only have about 15 minutes. I got somebody hopefully coming on right behind you to help out. In 2016, I was in Santa Maria. We talked about that, I think. And you guys, that's really where the Cajun Navy kind of launched, was in 2016 during the Great Flood of August. I'll go into that after you and the other guests are gone. I won't go into great detail, but y'all were literally launching boats from gas station parking lots to try to help people out. That was not getting news coverage. And so now that we've got to this point in your relief and your help and your volunteerism is really what I want to highlight here, and how we can help you with that. So the incredible acts that I personally witnessed firsthand in 2016 have gained so much traction nationwide that now you've got your Facebook page. I know it's over 100 and I think 10,000 followers at least. And what we need to do, and you and I talked throughout the day about what it is that you guys need. I know that fuel is one of them, but what do you need and how can we help? Those are the main two questions.
So yeah, if anybody can mobilize down to the Baton Rouge area with fuel, 93 octane fuel, we need both regular. A lot of the gas that you buy has up to like 10% ethanol. We need that kind of gas, and we also need non-ethanol because that's what we use to fuel the marine engines. I'm also trying to work out a deal to get us some aviation gas, because we have some aircraft that we're going to be deploying hopefully tomorrow, and get some of the first looks at the damage in the aftermath of Hurricane Ida. So if anybody can deploy those kind of resources to the Baton Rouge area, that would be helpful. Look at our Facebook page. That's primarily how we communicate. We're on all the big three socials, but our biggest following. It started this morning. I looked, we were at about 116,000 followers, and now we're over 120,000. Nice. So we've had a lot of traction today. Nice. But look at our Facebook page for the final location of where we're going to be staging our field EOC, Emergency Operations Center. We have a warehouse in Baton Rouge, but that's not really a good place to stage. We need a big parking lot, and so that would be helpful. You can go to our website, UnitedCajunNavy.org. And through our social media too, you can find our website, but there's a link to donate. Anything you can. All the funds go to our missions, whether they're rescue, look, I know you don't have a lot of time, but going back to Hurricane Katrina in 2005, and then when the Cajun Navy really started to get prominent out there, was Hurricane Harvey in 2016, when we sent a lot of guys over to Texas with boats and high water vehicles to do rescues, and we did a lot of them. But we've turned in. We actually became a platinum 501c3 nonprofit. We have turned into really more of a logistical organization. We still do search and rescue, but it's not always needed. For instance, Hurricane Laura, when it hit Lake Charles last year, there really wasn't a lot of surge, so there wasn't a lot of water rescue operations needed, but there was people stuck, couldn't get anywhere because their roads were blocked. They didn't have any food or water, medicine, diapers, things like that. We were able to, we actually were able to mobilize with some friends from Texas. We were able to get a bunch, like probably about half a dozen single and multi-engine private aircraft to go bring supplies into Chenault Airport in Lake Charles, which was still open and operating a couple days after the storm. And we actually had some bush pilots from Texas come in and fly low and drop some boxes of snacks and water and things down into the Cameron Holly Beach area down on the Louisiana coast, where it's really hard to get to. And those people had only prepared for about 2-3 days of water, and they were running out. So, you know, one thing people have to understand is that they always look to FEMA and local emergency management officials. I'll start with the local emergency management officials. You know, when a storm or a major disaster hits an area, those people live in the community. Their families live in the community, so they have to get their own things together. They have to get their own family and property secure before they can worry about yours. That's just the way. That's just human nature. FEMA is not a first responder agency, unlike what a lot of people think. They come in after the fact and try to assess what happened and how to get it back to the way it was before the disaster. So that really leaves a gap, and that's what we try to fill, where people have immediate needs. They have to get shelter, they have to get clothing, they have to get water and something to eat, and that's what we try to provide. That's the hole we try to fill. And we've been very generous, or we've been very fortunate with our generous donors to keep us going, and just the amazing network that we've built throughout the country that can respond very fast. And now it's happening to us. We go to a lot of different states. We've been to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands and a bunch of different states, but now it's happening to us yet again. So we appreciate all the love and support that's coming in.
Absolutely. And we cannot thank y'all enough for the efforts that you're putting in for these people that cannot help themselves. And as you were talked about just a minute ago, to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but FEMA is usually about 8 days out post-storm hit, right? So after the storm is gone, you're looking at an average of 8 days out for FEMA. For those of you that don't know, what the Cajun Navy is doing on all fronts is they're launching immediate rescue efforts and immediate relief even during the storm. So you might, y'all are probably going to start launching rescue operations in the morning, which is literally less than 24 hours after the devastation, and during as much as you can. Obviously right now the situation is very dire and very extreme, very dangerous. Yep. So what we got to do is we got to get in there immediately. We can't wait on FEMA. We cannot wait on the government. What you guys are doing is exceptional.
Well, no, I want to say we have what we call specialty teams, and these are guys that are like no fear whatsoever. A lot of them are former military, special forces military. These guys have seen things that would keep me up at night, but let's just say that a Category 4 hurricane doesn't scare them at all. They go in actually before we do the regular deployment for specific emergencies, and they actually went out today and tried to ascertain what was going to be the hardest hit areas and what were the needs. And at some point this afternoon, though, even these guys who are just like hardened warriors, we had to pull them back because it was getting way too dangerous. If something happens to one of them, then how are we going to help anybody else? And believe me, even when we try to pull them back, they fight us. They're like, no, we can do it. We can go in. And I believe them. They can. These guys can walk through the gates of hell and pimp slap Satan. I have no doubt about it. But I can't have it on my conscience, these guys getting hurt when we just had to have them stand down until this weather passes. But you're right. I mean, FEMA, and when FEMA comes in, they usually send in assessment personnel. These are not people that are prepared to do anything in particular other than report back to their superiors on what the damage is and approximate cost. The governor has to declare or has to request an emergency declaration, a disaster declaration, which usually happens very fast. And then whoever the president is has to sign off on that, which usually happens very fast. But that's what triggers all the assistance. And so, yeah, you're lucky if you're a week before FEMA hits the ground. You got National Guard to get deployed. But let me tell you something. There's been a lot of times where National Guard has gotten deployed to a disaster area and they didn't have any water or food. They just got called up and said, go to this location, and they show up. But the cavalry doesn't come until a little while later. I can't tell you how many times we have fed National Guard troops and local law enforcement because there's just nothing there. There's just nothing there, and it's not a failure in any part of government. It's just a reality of, this is a catastrophe, and there's just no resources, and that's why we try to be prepared in advance and go in and fill those gaps.
And an exceptional job that y'all are doing, Brian. Thank you very much, man. What I'd like to do is follow up with you here in the next 72 hours or so and find out
Yep.
where y'all are at and find out what you need. And then we can shoot that out across the nation. This show actually is international. That doesn't sound good to people. It's just a fact. We've got people reaching out to me from Australia, Britain, France, South America, Uganda. So I'd love to follow up with you and find out where you're at and what it is exactly that we're looking for that
Yep.
you would need. A lot of it is actually not money. So obviously a bunch of it's going to be, but things like gas, things like people, things like boats, food, supplies, water, whatnot. We all need that stuff. So if it's okay with you, man, I will follow up with you here. I know you're going to be stupid busy over the next 72 hours, but I really want to get the word out as much as possible. So if it's okay with you, I'd love to get back with you here in the next few days.
Yeah, if you can share with your followers our Facebook page, because that's going to be where they're going to be able to see most of what we're doing over the next couple of days. We're going to be on ground, air, and sea. And we've got, you said it's an international show. I think I had a reporter call me from London that's going to be down here tomorrow, and they're going to embed with us as we go out into the field. But a couple things. We're going to be staging in a town called Denham Springs, which is just east of Baton Rouge. That is probably where we're going to have most of our assets and coordination efforts going. But for anybody that wants to see where it really got hit, you want to look into Terrebonne Parish, cities like Houma, Galliano, Thibodaux, and then down Grand Isle. I'm not even sure if there's going to be a Grand Isle anymore tomorrow. I can't wait to get up in the air and see if it's still there. But just for your listeners and your followers to do their own research as to where these communities are, if they happen to find anything local that's helping out those folks, they're really going to need it. We got some really gut-wrenching calls that unfortunately we couldn't respond to, and hopefully we'll be able to help them. Hopefully they survive long enough for us to come help them in the next couple of days.
My God. My goodness. If you're in Grand Isle, obviously it's too late now, but please, for the next one, please don't stay in Grand Isle. Everything that I'm hearing from boots on the ground, including my family, Grand Isle is absolutely wiped out, almost completely wiped off the map. There
was only about 36 people that stayed on the island. Most of them were emergency law enforcement officials, but there were a few people that stayed. But the last communication we had earlier this afternoon with Grand Isle, they were having gusts into the, I think, 170 mile an hour range. And the communication method we were using down there just all of a sudden cut off, and we haven't heard back from them again. So we don't know what happened. We're just praying that they're still there.
Oh, God. Yeah, same. And
this is the worst parts of the Bible, man.
Yeah. We're watching it unfold quite literally before our eyes. Brian, thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you're stupid busy, and then when by the time 4 a.m. hits tomorrow, it's going to be balls to the wall for y'all. So thank you. If it's okay with you, I will check in. I'd love to follow up with you here in the next 72 hours or so and see and get a progress report. Is that okay?
Yeah, please do, man. If I got a signal, I'll hit you back.
Yeah. I know that signal is going to be tough because all of the internet and all the power is about to be knocked out very soon, if not already. So thank you.
And I got your phone number, and I have a sat phone, and I know that's going to work. So if I don't hear from you, I'll just try to hit you on that because maybe you just couldn't get through to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you don't hear from me for whatever reason, then catch me back by at the very least tomorrow night or Tuesday night. Please get back in contact with me and let's see what we have to do.
Yeah, I got a phone that worked in Cuba, so I know it'll work now.
Cuba. I've covered Cuba with some extraordinary.
That's another conversation.
We might have to have a Cuba conversation after we get all these people help from Ida. So, man, Brian, thank you very much. I will talk to you in the next couple of days, dude.
All right. Have a great night, man.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you so much. Man, incredible stuff going on. Just absolutely remarkable. Next, I want to bring on Colleen, who is the president of the Cajun Navy Relief Group and 501c3. So if you're looking for a reason to donate anything at all, you can go to the unitedcajun.org and you can donate there. And then we will have another 501c3 Cajun Relief Fund with Colleen, who's the president of that. She'll be coming on in just a second. She is also dealing with obvious internet issues because they're down there in the thick of things, trying to give people relief and do what they can. Let me show you, and I'm going to explain these graphics, and I'll tell you why I'm explaining the graphics because my personal Cajun libertarian podcast stuff has taken off on Apple, Google, and Spotify. And so they're not going to be able to see these graphics. So I'm going to explain them verbally, obviously, so that the people that are going to listen to this show on the podcast format via Google, Apple, Spotify, basically anywhere you can get your podcast, they can kind of get an understanding of what it is that we're looking at on these graphics. Here is what the Weather Channel had reported this morning. I had to make a long drive, emergency long drive. So this was obviously, you can see that the eye right there has not hit the land yet, right? It has not breached soil. And so this is very much earlier. This is hours earlier. But if you can imagine, I'm not sure how many people understand the horrendous intensity that comes with a hurricane, especially one of this magnitude, strength, and efficiency. It is absolutely brutal. It became intensified to a degree that is very tough to deal with basically overnight, basically in the last 48 hours. So it did make landfall, according to the Weather Channel, as a Cat 4, which was sustained mile-an-hour wind of 150. That is crushing. Please go look up the videos on the internet. You can see, I know there's one coming out from the WBRZ, which is a Baton Rouge news channel, that shows it sweeping through Grand Isle, and it is absolutely brutal. This storm covers parts of Texas all the way past pretty much the panhandle of Florida. The storm itself is perfectly circulated, is perfectly formed. The eye wall itself is perfectly formed, which creates a ton of danger. You're talking about 150 mile an hour sustained winds. That's not gusts. That's not tornadoes. That's not storm surge. That's just wind 100% of the time focused around the eye wall, which as you're looking at this graphic, you can see that dot right in the middle. That is what the eye wall is. I know Colleen is having some difficulty trying to get connected here because she also is right in the thick of things trying to, oh, I think there she is there. We'll try to pull her on real quick. Colleen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we can't see you, but that's okay as long as we can hear you.
Yeah,
How
that's
are-
because I am riding shotgun in a truck.
That is expected and admired. How are things where you are at right now?
Right now, where we've been out of the storm system, keeping our people safe. Because we can't help anybody if our assets are damaged or, our folks are in harm's way.
Absolutely. This kind of situation has to be approached with extreme caution because you can't help anybody if you're non-functional. And so where are you headed and why, if that's okay for me to ask?
So we were over in the Lake Charles Sulphur area, and we are actually headed towards Lafayette to be able to, get response. And as soon as we're able to, right now, I just seen that that Hurricane Ida has been downgraded to a Category 2 hurricane, so it's still whipping, still not safe to be out there. So we're just moving closer.
Yes, it's very much not safe to move into the area at this moment. For those of us, or those of the people that don't understand how this kind of system works, it made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, as I just went through. But these hurricanes kind of disseminate as soon as they make landfall, and it's a Cat 2 now. But that really, the damage occurs so significantly, so fast, that the deterioration of the categorization is really irrelevant. This thing is still hammering people at a very rapid and bad pace. So please don't be confused at the downgrade of the categorization of the storm. That it is still absolutely brutal. So, Colleen, what can we do to help you and your organization out, as you are also a very large nonprofit organization with well over 50,000 followers just in one group alone? What can we do?
Yes, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We were founded in 2016. Um, we do accept donations, supply, monetary, volunteers. Doesn't matter if you don't have a boat. We always need help in the back end. If it wasn't for our dispatchers and our eyes in the sky, we wouldn't be able to do this. So the skills are skills. We have people from all walks of life.
Yes, and we cannot thank you enough. I don't know how much you were able to catch of the last part, and you and I have been texting back and forth. I was in Santa Maria, Louisiana, which is in Ascension Parish, for those of you that don't know, which was very much in the thick of the 2016 Great Flood of Louisiana, which on record as to date, so far as I am aware, is the greatest flood in Louisiana history. Y'all were launching boats out of the parking lot of gas stations and anywhere that could possibly you could issue help, and then that your organizations grew to an exponential rate. And from what I'm hearing from you, you were the one of the first 501c3s to be able to put this together, and we need to be able to help you out. I know monetarily you said that it's Cajun Navy Relief Fund, but where can we actually go to donate? And is there somewhere that we can send goods and services to, like a physical address that you feel comfortable giving out? We may have lost Colleen, and that's expected because of the dire situation.
Yeah.
Nope, there she is.
Yeah, I just turned off my camera so I can get a little bit more better signal. CajunNavyRelief.com is our website.
CajunNavyRelief.com. I'm going to post that as a banner right now. CajunNavyRelief.com. If y'all didn't hear. I can hear that you have the updates on the situation going in the background right now. CajunRelief.com. So you can donate there. Please, y'all. So we already posted the UnitedCajun.org. Joe, you don't belong there. Sorry, bro. And then we have CajunRelief.com. So look at the many organizations that we have that are volunteering their time and their safety. These people are going right into the thick of the storm to help people out. We have to help them. This is what we do. Sorry. Colleen, is there a physical address as to which we can send canned goods, blankets, water, things of that nature? Is there anywhere we can do that? Oh, we lost her.
There, can you hear me?
Yep, there you are.
Okay, there we are. So I noticed that you have our website wrong on the banner. Just want to let you know that it is CajunNavyRelief.com. That's common.
Perfect. Thank you.
Common mistake, but it's okay. On our website, there is a couple. I mean, obviously, we have our post office box. We have our physical, office. We are going to be putting up supply distribution points, and that information will be shared on our Facebook page, as well as our Twitter and Instagram. And then we usually also do an Amazon wish list that is directly delivered to the points of supply distribution.
And where can I know you have the Facebook group that I'm a part of for Cajun Navy Relief, and I've corrected the website. So sorry about that. But where can we go to actually find the actual page that anybody and everybody across this globe can find you other than the private group? Is it going to be Cajun Navy Relief?
On Facebook, it is facebook.com/Cajun Navy Relief. And then we have a group that is tied to that. It says Cajun Navy Rescue Ops, and they'll say Rescue Ops page. That is our group. Our Twitter is at Cajun Navy Relief. Same with our Instagram. And we are also Navy Relief.
Exceptional. Thank you. Please go to the website now and donate. I know for a fact most of you will. We have seen just the attention being grabbed on these pages just from me making or just from us making the promos. And so, if I can, Colleen, let me ask you, where exactly are you headed right now in terms of providing relief for people? Again, y'all, her team is headed straight into the storm. So if we lose signal, then that's going to be expected. We're talking about a massive and dangerous storm of very epic proportions. This is very real. I know that the vast majority of the country does not deal with hurricanes, and it kind of seems like a thing that we deal with all the time. But these types of storms are not normal. So as soon as Colleen pops back in, we will continue with her. No, and she's out. I did not do that. So you can expect this kind of stuff, right? Because a storm of this magnitude that just bears down on the coast so fast and so horrible. It's just one of those things, especially when you're talking about somebody that's doing immense, incredible volunteer work and pulling together incredible amounts of volunteer efforts while they dive off into the storm. We may have her back. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I think I might be back.
There she is. Let's go back. So where are you
Yeah.
headed now, Colleen?
So we're headed towards Lafayette.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the stretch between Lake Charles and Lafayette, the cell phone service drops off.
Yeah, you're in a rural area, plus you're dealing with a very intense storm. So I would also like to extend it to you the same gratitude and opportunity, please, that over the next few days, 72 hours or so, that you and I can get back in touch and find out where it is exactly you're at in your relief efforts and how and what we need to do as a nation, because or as in Earth, because of an international audience that does like this show, how we can help and what we need to do to help you.
Absolutely, that would be amazing. And I apologize. We weren't planning on moving, and just the situations are changing by the minute. And for the listeners out there, if you believe in a higher power, please, please say a prayer, because this isn't good. This is bad. What we are hearing, the reports we are getting, it's Louisiana needs your prayers.
That's 100%. There's no question. Louisiana needs your prayers. Louisiana needs your efforts. This thing is very, very bad. A lot of people like to reference Katrina. It's not going to be that far behind Katrina. If you saw, and I'm going to show some more graphics as soon as I get off with Colleen. I'm about to let her go because she's very busy, but we're going to follow up with Colleen and her rescue efforts and exactly what we need to do to help out these communities that are in absolutely dire straits right now. So, Colleen, I'm going to let you go, and I just can't thank you enough for showing up tonight. I know you're stupid busy, and you have the entire, basically half of a southern state on your shoulders for relief efforts. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show, and even more so, I cannot thank you enough for the work that you're doing. So, if it's okay with you, again, I will get back in touch with you. We're going to stay in touch over the next couple of days.
Sounds great. Yes, we've definitely been very, very busy, and so thank you, and we will definitely be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you, Colleen. Cajun Navy Relief.com. Go follow their socials. Cajun Navy Relief. Go join the private Facebook group. It's got 50,000 followers in a private Facebook group. So please check these people out and find out exactly what you can do. Colleen, thank you so much. I'll talk to you very soon.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You too. It's an intense situation. It's lots of comments praying for y'all. Y'all have my thoughts and good vibes. Thank you, Elizabeth. Can't possibly go through all of the comments right now. Brad Bates, dude, glad to see you on promoting Cajun Navy in Georgia. Godspeed and grace. Absolutely. So I'm getting, now that I had to get our guests on, as you can imagine, and I have highlighted several times, those people have an immense job ahead of them, all volunteer, all costs at personal dollar. So please help them out. UnitedCajun.org. You can donate right there. If you don't want to donate money, that's fine. You can get on their website. You can get on their Facebook pages, their Twitter following. They're everywhere, and you can find out ways to help people. Let's take a stand nationwide and globally, right? For everyone watching the show, please do anything that you can. If at the very least, all you do is share this program, share it, because there's going to be you never know who you can affect. Somebody's going to pop up and say, I want to help them out and I have the resources. So if you can mail them 10 cans of corn, what was it, $12? Some of these people aren't going to make it out alive. A lot of people are going to die in the storm. A lot of people are going to be displaced by the storm. Many, many, many thousands of people are going to be homeless. Their entire living space is going to be destroyed and just wiped from the planet. Let me go ahead and show you some some photos from some past events from some of the flooding that's happened in South Louisiana, South Mississippi, South Alabama, all the Florida, all that. I mean, look at that. That's incredible. Most of these are going to be from the storm in August of 2016, which I was in and a part of. That's why I know about the Cajun Navy. By the way, this is my shirt from 2016, Cajun Navy. They were at my back door. Look at this damage. This is life-threatening. There's people on the top of that roof. This was the storm a few hours ago. I just shared that graphic. I don't know. There's more flooding. It's incredible. Now, here's what the Cajun Navy is doing. Rescuing kids, women, children, families, whoever they can. Look at the house in the background. That's life-threatening flooding when it rushes in and you don't know it's coming. It's half submerged. It's a quarter submerged. This is an interstate that they're driving boats down. This is in Louisiana. You can see it right there in the background. Look at the house right there. These people have rescued other folks from. They would, many of them would absolutely die if these volunteers, these absolutely amazing volunteers, did not step up and run through the gauntlet of having to drag their vehicles and boats into the most dire of situations to go and rescue people and pets. I can't tell you how many times they would go into houses with the people out. They were gone, but they knew pets were there. And they go in and they go rescue the dogs and the cats and the birds. The Cajun Navy is exceptional. Exceptional. So please donate. Please donate your time, your money, your canned goods. This is an extreme situation, and we have to help them out. It's our duty. We have to. We want to, period. We want to. A lot of comments. I can't possibly go through them all. Everybody's posting links. Everybody's posting abilities and accessories or accessibility to get to help these people. A lot of y'all are not going to be able to help other than one or two ways. Maybe you send 5 cans of green beans or a pack of tuna. Maybe you can't do that. If you can't even do that, share the video. Somebody will be able to do that. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. There's no way, because you guys have such an amazing outpouring of support. And so I will go ahead, and I don't even feel right, to be honest with you, going into these last 2 subjects, but I will, because I put it on the promotional and we have about 15 minutes left. And I imagine it's going to take me a little bit longer than 15 minutes. I also have a few more promotionals to go through because they pay the show to help promote things like this. If it wasn't for our sponsors, how would we be able to get the word out to help? As much as we pick on, I'm like, I can't show that. Jack Casey, royalgreen.com, royalgreen.com. Please go check him out. Go order his books. Joe Solosky's running for governor in Pennsylvania. Please check him out. He's the key to Pennsylvania's success. Joe Solosky. Jonathan Reels is very close to finishing off his ability, or that was bad, not ability, finishing off his need to secure his spot on the ballot. Check out Jonathan Reels. Ashley, Fierce Luxury by Ashley.com, high-end bags and accessories. She has actually supported the Cajun Navy in Texas, because that's how far the Cajun Navy stretches far and wide. So please go check out Fierce Luxury by Ashley.com. She also ran the raffle for the winner of my hat and a shirt and some buttons. You can win all this. So let me right now announce exactly who the winner is, and I hope that said winner is watching the show. If not, then we will get in contact with the winner and let them know. It was drawn randomly by a computer program, and I really, 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 really hope. I'm sorry. Let me say it like this. I'm very, extremely happy. We literally sold out of all the tickets, all of them. Sold them all out. Every single ticket. Incredible. So the family that that you all donated to for this hat and a couple of here you go. A little bit of that, right? A couple of buttons or stickers, t-shirt, Cage Libertarian hat. Not much, but it was $5 to win all this, and we were able to sell every ticket to donate to this family. And that, my friends, is absolutely phenomenal. And look, we do this all the time, and that's what's so important to get to the Cajun Navy. Give to them, donate to them, share, do what we can to help them. There's a lot of people that are going to die in the storm. They're probably, I don't want to be dark. There's a lot of people that are also going to be displaced in a very, very bad situation. If you guys could buy up all the raffle tickets for this stuff, that means nothing. This isn't worth anything, but you did it because you care about the family that need your help, that needs your help. You did that. Y'all did that. Stephanie Goodwin. I hope to God you're watching. You won. Stephanie Goodwin won. Thank you to every single person that donated. You are exceptional. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Every ticket was sold. So this hat right here, Stephanie Goodwin, if you're watching, if not, I'm sure we'll get with her very soon. Let me know where you want me to sign the hat. I will send the hat to Ashley Greer Smoot, who did the raffle, and then she will send the care package to you, or not care package, I'm sorry, the package that you won via raffle. You'll get all of that. So I need your contact details as soon as possible if you are in fact watching. If not, we'll contact you. We'll get a hold of you. So with that being said, let me lighten the mood a little bit by saying Joel Gets, most important question of the day. Joel Gets from Mayor of East Stroudsburg. What's East Stroudsburg needs? Joel Gets. What is the most important question of the day for Joel Gets? Usually I would like to make a little funny here, but I am not going to. I will say the most important question of the day is how can we help out these families in the deep south that are literally getting hammered by Hurricane Ida right now. That is not a laughing matter, so I would not make jokes about it. I have been through many, many, many of these storms. They are brutal. They are life-threatening. They are property damaging. They are scary. Scary. And there's gonna be a lot of people that don't make it through this storm. That's just a fact. You will start getting those reports tonight or in the morning. Yeah, Joel Gets, most important question of the day. How can we help out the people that are getting destroyed by Hurricane Ida right now? Joel Getz for mayor in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you, my friend. You are exceptional. As all of you are just amazing. I am going to throw this up here. Did you see it? Yeah, you saw it. And what does that have to do? Oh, it's NatGeo segment. Cajun Libertarian feeding Muddied Waters Media. Muddied Waters Media, a NatGeo segment. Sorry. I was trying to get over here to the I really don't even feel right doing this, but I feel like we do need to at least lighten the mood. I am going to save the news article that I had for another time. It's a very, very, very important situation, but it's just not. It's not fit for this show. I thought it was. It's not. I don't feel it in my bones at all to do that segment right now because it's horrible. So we're gonna move and shift into something a little bit lighter, and that's a lot of y'all's favorite Cajun Libertarian on Muddy Waters Media segment, the Nat Geo segment. No ducks involved, no worries. So, this guy right here, what the is that? Headline: Acid shooting land lobsters live in Texas and are being spotted more after recent rains. That's real, y'all. That thing is in America. And they call it an acid shooting land lobster. So, awful. Big Bend National Park shared what might be a nightmare inducing photo. For some people on social media last week, park officials posted a photo of a vingaroon, or as Houston Chronicle reporter called it, a land lobster from hell. Now, it looks ridiculous, sounds super scary, both very true, not as bad as you think, but awful. I wouldn't touch it. And I'm in South. I would deep fry it and eat it because that's just what we do. It does look very full of protein. So I would absolutely deep fry it and try it. That would work. However, recent rains are responsible for the Vingaroon sightings, according to park officials who said the creature shoots a well-aimed spray of 85% acidic acid, or quote-unquote vinegar, from the base of their whip to protect themselves. They're commonly called whip scorpions, although they're not related to scorpions and don't have scorpion stingers. That thing is scary. That looks bad. That looks bad. It's very bad. According to the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, the Vingaroon spray is not considered poisonous to humans, but these arachnids can pinch with their heavy mouth parts, as you can see at the front end of that scientific alien-like insect. And you can see the tail back there, right? That's where, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but that's where they whip the poison. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not poison. It's a vinegar acid. I have to put this up here real quick. Stay high, bye-bye from Germany. I told y'all this was international. I swear to God, I hope I don't sound arrogant when I say stuff like that, but I can see the analytics. I can watch where the demographics are coming from. This show is international. And so we don't take things lightly. I've got a picture of that crap up there. Sorry, I shouldn't have even gone into this. I should have ended it after the hurricane, but I wanted to leave on a little bit of a light note. And so it's just incredible, the outpouring and the reach that this show has, and the freaking family and friends that are just absolutely phenomenal. I have no doubt at all in my mind that we will get every single resource needed to South Louisiana to help those people out. And whatever other cause that we bring on the show, y'all will absolutely do what's necessary to help them out. We can't, let me say it like this. We cannot wait on government. We can't. These people's lives are at stake. What they need it now. They need it yesterday. They need it tomorrow morning. And volunteers like the Cajun Navy Relief, they are doing it now. Now. We're not waiting on government to do it. Go join the Cajun Navy. Let me just pull them back up for I butcher it, right? UnitedCajun.org. That's United Cajun Navy. Cajun Navy Relief.com. That's the Cajun Navy Relief organization. You have them right there. Donate your time, donate your money, donate your help. Hit the share button at the least. That is not difficult. Please help out. Absolutely. We're going to wrap this up right now. It is an hour, and my whole point of this show was absolutely to get as much funding and help and support to the people of South Louisiana and all areas affected by Hurricane Ida. And immediately, so vangaroons, which they're named because of the vinegar acid they shoot, are typically found in the desert, but have also been spotted as far north as the Panhandle and in the South Texas. According to AgriLife Extension, park officials said, if you're lucky enough to see one, you should look closely. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't think a lot of people are, but they say you should. So do it. Why not? It's not going to hurt you. Just don't get pinched. Still, nobody's going to do it. Looks ridiculous. Looks like something from hell. So, park official said if you're lucky enough to see one, you should look closely. And then in parentheses, it says, no thanks. Because if it's a female, she may be carrying her hatchlings on her back. So, no, they're not scary. Or I'm sorry, they're not dangerous. They're not poisonous, not venomous. But if you want to, go check one out real close. You might see some babies. I am going to go ahead and throw up these again one more time. UnitedCajun.org, Cajun Navy Relief.com. We will follow up with them in the next 72 hours or so and find out exactly what's going on and how we can better help their efforts in assisting people that are in absolutely dire straits right now. Wow, Kenna, if anyone can help, my brother is trapped in Laplace, in his attic, and the water is rising. I'm contacting everyone I can. This is what we do this for. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this throughout my almost 40 years of living in the deep south between the coast of Louisiana and the coast of Mississippi. I'm just going to leave that up there for a couple of minutes. Somebody out there right now is watching. If they're not, hit the share button. They can see it. If anyone can help my brother, he is trapped in Laplace, Louisiana, which is right outside of New Orleans. I used to work in Laplace. Started my pest control career there 7 years ago. If anyone can help, my brother is trapped in Laplace in his attic, and the water is rising. I'm contacting everyone I can. Kenna, tell your brother that we will do everything that we can to get him out of there. A lot of people watch this show tonight. A lot of people. A lot of people. Somebody right now watching knows how we can help this man. You're going to see a lot of these stories coming out. We have the ability, we have the power to help them. We we need to we need to help. That's incredible. Kenneth, thank you for sharing. I'm so glad that you were able to come across this feed. Somebody is going to be able to help. I have no doubt. We're praying for you. We're praying for your brother. Please, please, if you're watching this, help. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. There's still a lot of people watching and a lot of people commenting, but I am not one to ramble too much, especially when I know I have nothing left to say other than help, help. The Cajun Navy will be down there, and they will be down there ASAP. They need our help. 99%. You're gonna hear Kenna Dowling's story within the next couple of days, talking about how some random man or woman or both showed up in a boat and got him out of the house and delivered him to safety. And that will be a Cajun Navy story. As many, many others. Kenna, my heart goes out to you and your brother. It's that scary. Can't imagine how scary that is. And I'm praying for you. I'm praying for him. I bet there's going to be a random people on a boat to come to save him. Thank you. Thank all of you. Thank you, Cajun Navy, for what I've watched you witness with my own two eyes in 2016. Your organization has grown beyond belief. It's incredible. And I have no doubt that with our help, you'll be able to get down to LaPlace, Louisiana, and help out people like Kenna's brother and ASAP. ASAP. Got to let the storm pass. That's part of it. Just by the time the storm gets to me, which is tomorrow, by the time we wake up tomorrow, I mean, I get up pretty early, but soon after I get up, the storm will be hitting here, which means it will have passed Kenner, Louisiana, and LaPlace, Lafourche, New Orleans, West Bank, all of that. It will be out of that area. Lafayette, Thibodaux, Houma, Montague. It will be out of that area. Walker. My dad's in Walker right now, south of Baton Rouge. He hasn't texted me in a bit because the power's probably out. The eye passed right over my father's house. My dad and my stepmom. My mom is in Biloxi, about 5 miles from the beach. They were doing okay. The storm skirted them. Excuse me. But I will be sending Cajun the link to the entire LP of Alabama to help get funds to Louisiana. Justin, you are the man. Man. Look, I've been one in my past to ride out storms on the coast, had hurricane parties, loved them. I was in a life-threatening situation out on a pier, out on the beach during a tropical storm. It moved in so fast. We were just out there, I was like 22, right? Drinking, doing drugs, having fun. Everything was great. Just a couple of big waves here and there. And then just out of nowhere, the surge came in. Woof. And we were having to get off of the pier immediately while we had to take one step at a time, holding the freaking rail the entire time. That's how fast it moves in. Please leave. I do not advocate for people staying in those situations. Please leave. I got family all along the Gulf Coast. So, with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all are very special to me. And I hope that this episode was very special to you. Um, More people showed up for this episode tonight than I would have ever thought imaginable. I will see y'all within the next couple days. I decided to do it tonight, by the way, instead of tomorrow night, because we will have the hurricane on top of us tomorrow. So there's a high probability, at least possibility, that we will not have power tomorrow. So I wouldn't have been able to do the show, right? And I had a totally different show scheduled. But I reached out to these people over the last 18 hours or so to try to step in and be like, hey, this is who we are. This is what I've been able to do. This is the platform that I have. Can you please come on and tell people how we can help? Because I'm an avid supporter of the Cajun Navy. All of this came together within the last less than 24 hours. And so please help out. Please donate. Please do what you can. I love you. I'll see you as soon as I can. Hopefully at the very least Wednesday night. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I know that there's going to be a surge of support. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you very soon.